Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, July 11th, 2019. Steve Sipress here, smack dab in the middle of where everything is happening in downtown Scottsdale, Arizona. Temps well over 100 degrees, but got the misters right over here. If you can see that on the video. That's a common thing in this area. Water comes falling out of the sky at outdoor bars and restaurants, and man, there are a lot of bars and restaurants in this area. I just drove around a little bit, around the block out of the parking garage, and I must have seen already about 3 dozen different bars. So competition is fierce, and when competition's fierce, here's the reason that's great. Maybe you know this firsthand. Unsuccessful people complain about competition and make it to be an excuse. Oh, you see, that's why I can't blah blah blah. But competition is fantastic. It's the bedrock of capitalism. It makes us all better. That's what's good about it. It forces us to either be better, be sharper, be on our game, or be gone. So if you're a one-trick pony, if you're the only bar in your town, you can have really crappy advertising, marketing, high prices, terrible ambiance, and you'll still get some business. Or if you're the only dentist, doctor, roofer, plumber, air conditioning, heating guy, whatever it is, if you're the only one, or there's only one or two, especially if it's usually the case, none of them is smart and aggressive about their advertising and marketing and sales and their overall strategy, it's easy to make money. But if you want to locate a bar right in downtown Scottsdale where you know you're surrounded by dozens of bars, you better step up your game. And when you step up your game, you become better, and your customers become better, and therefore you hire more employees, and you support your local government more with more tax dollars, and you contribute to the area more than if you had a crappy place and you just closed up, and suppliers make more money and all that kind of good stuff. So competition is great. It puts you on your game, and I'm going to show you an example here. I know it's Throwback Thursday, but I just couldn't resist this because it just popped right in front of me, and I just had to share this while I'm here. And I guess the throwback can be that over the last few decades, not only have I been in a bunch of bars back in the day, but I've had several bar and restaurant owners and clients who have completely transformed their businesses with my help, and going into a lot more detail than I am going to in a very short video here. So if you have a bar or restaurant, you want some help, go to helpfromsteve.com. Helpfromsteve.com. We'll get on the phone, and depending on where you are on the spectrum of no idea to a very sharp marketer, I'll still be able to help you out. So if you're just starting out, it doesn't just have to be bars and restaurants, by the way, but that's the topic for today. I'll help you with some basics, and if you're really advanced, I'll help you swing a little hinge that'll swing a big door and give you some exponential growth. In fact, those are my favorite clients to work with, of course. And I'm not talking about working with you as a client, just helping you out on the phone. But anyway, which I do for free. You go to helpfromsteve.com. So here's what happened. I am hosting just the second ever event of a new business I started less than a month ago called CEO Scottsdale. Right here, I don't know if you can see it behind me in there it would be. If you can see it up there, it says the Galleria Corporate Center. And they're so fancy that they spell center C-E-N-T-R-E. Show you how fancy they are. And so it's a very fancy place, and I meet there with some of the sharpest exponential growth minded entrepreneurs in the Phoenix Scottsdale area, and we had our second ever event today. And while I went into the management office to see which particular room we would have today, they were like, oh, my staff is out, they'll be back in about 10 minutes, wait over there. And it was over by the bar, and there was a bunch of food that was put out, some chips and I don't know what else. I didn't grab any of it, but other people came in and did. But then there was this stack of these cards. Well, that got my attention, not a bunch of chips, which would get my attention if I was also drinking a bunch of beers, I guess. But right next to it were these 2 stacks of 2 different cards. And right there, I'm going to share with you that I got feedback that seconded my initial reaction that this is indeed a fantastic and an irresistible offer being made by this bar. And I, of course, didn't need validation. I've been doing this for decades. I certainly know when I see something that is an excellent piece of advertising and marketing, just like you in whatever business you do. If you're a plumber, then you know at a glance, oh, that's the whatever valve with the blah, 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 and you get out the tool and you fix it in 30 seconds. The person goes, why is there a $200 charge for 30 seconds? 30 years. To save you 2 hours of me sitting here and to know how to fix it in 30 seconds. Anyway, I knew right away that was awesome, and I think you'll agree. If you know anything at all and you follow any of my videos and pay any attention to the WOW strategy, the middle letter O stands for the irresistible offer. And I would say roughly, rough estimate, 98 or 99% of businesses do not make irresistible offers. They make thoroughly resistible offers. Then they got to do all things like wonder why they're not getting business. How come I'm not getting a lot of customers, clients, patients, members, or they have to take sales courses or learn how to overcome objections and all that. How can there be objections when it's an irresistible offer? It's just irresistible. You do get objections. The objections are, I don't believe it. Or that sounds too good to be true, I don't believe it. Or what's the catch? Because I don't believe it. So that's how you know it's an irresistible offer, because the only objection people really have is it's so good, they don't believe it. In this day and age where we are completely lacking in trust, because you pretty much can't trust anybody in the public eye, which includes a business that you've never been to. So anyway, I'll get right to the point here, because the business is, that's why I'm standing here, there it is, right behind me. There it is. It's called the Social Tap Eatery, right here in the middle of Scottsdale. And so they have, I don't know if you can see them, they have two little signs, that top part there, not a lot of people yet, it's a little early, but it's called the Balcony Bar. And sure enough, look at this card that was on the table. Put this one in my pocket for now. That's what happens when you're doing the selfie camera thing, only got one hand. So I saw this card on the table, I was like, what's that? Useless card with some photos on it. But I turned it over, and hopefully whoever put these cards there, the person should put them all upside down, because why take the risk somebody has to turn over your card? Why not grab them when they walk by? Because I picked it up and checked that out. Balcony Bar, good for 1 penny drink. Doesn't take a genius to know that's an irresistible offer. I can go there right now, get a drink for a penny. Now, why would they do that? We don't have to get into all the details. I'm pretty sure it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know. Not a lot of people are going to go there, pay 1 penny for a drink, and walk out and leave. When I was back in college, we did that because we were college broke. And you know the saying, you're never broke until you're college broke. So we did stupid things like that. Go to happy hour and eat chips and drink 1 beer and milk it for 2 hours while we eat lots of hors d'oeuvres. But, actual human beings that are not acting like idiot kids like I was, will go in there for 1 penny drink, stay there and have a few, why not? And so while I was picking this up, sure enough, a few other people came into that waiting area, and they were like, oh, what's this? Because the chips drew their attention, the chips on the table. And then they grabbed this card, and they were like, oh, that's the bar across the street, 1 penny drink, we ought to go over there. Boom, just like that. Don't you want that kind of response to your advertising and marketing? People that have never been to your place, don't you want them just saying, wow, I feel like an idiot to not do business with them, to not give them some of my money. And not only, of course, are they likely to buy 1 penny drink and then buy a couple more, but they might come back. I'm hosting these events here twice a month. If I was still in my going out to bars days, I might head over there. It's right across the street after every meeting. Say, hey, the meeting's over, we got to go, but why don't we go across the street and talk some more? Or I would suggest that other people do, and so forth. I might just hand these out and say, go across the street, give them some money. So that's the power of an irresistible offer. Am I right? Now, oh, my beautiful wife Michelle is here. Hello, my honey. Now, here's an example of a not irresistible offer. Same place. They have another card. All corporate Galleria employees, and again, that's the name of this humongous center here in the middle of Scottsdale, this big Galleria with about 4 or 5 floors of offices, and must be a lot of employees there, receive 20% off food and drinks all summer long. I don't know. Is that good? Is that bad? I mean, did they jack up their prices by 20%? You know, normally stuff is $8, but they put this promotion on, and that burger and fries and the drink is now $10. So 20% off. They're just taking me for a blah blah blah. That's all the crap you get when you put out a thoroughly resistible, weak, sniveling, spineless offer like this one, 20% off. Come on now. People know you're making more than 20% markup on anything you sell, so that doesn't get people, but this one does. And I saw it right before my eyes. I don't know if they will go over there, but I saw the response. You get enough people responding like that, oh, we should go over there. We should, you hear the languaging? We should go over there. We should go give that business. I'm losing the internet here, so I'm going to go. But look at your stuff, and you're either making no offer or a very weak offer. And I understand you have butterflies, and you're afraid, and you're like, well, I could lose money, and blah, 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 blah. Go to helpfromsteve.com. We'll get on the phone. It's not .fom, and we'll get on the phone. It's .coms. Helpfromsteve.com. We'll get on the phone. I'll help you do the math, and we'll figure out an irresistible offer that you won't have to worry, am I losing money? You'll know you're making money. Will it be as aggressive and as sure to work and as bringing in tons of cash as no doubt this one is? Good for 1 penny drink. And by the way, the last W of the WOW strategy stands for the way or ways you choose to get that irresistible offer in front of your ideal target, who in this case, it's a business card. So most people don't put irresistible offers on business cards. They put no offers on business cards. They just put their name and their address, phone number, logo, useless crap like that. I mean, not totally useless. I guess a blank card would be more useless, but come on now, where's the offer? Where's the irresistible offer? So they get 1,000 of these cards printed up for almost nothing, and they turn them into loads of cash. And then they go over to the corporate office here. That's where I was, the management office, where people check in, or they have that was it. It was a cafeteria, and there's stuff. Their chips are all over the table with their cards, and they've got permission, I'm sure. Hey, if we put $40 worth of chips and salsa and whatever they had here, can I also leave a stack of my cards? The manager would have to say, you'd be an idiot to say, no, I'm going to deprive all my visitors, employees of free food that they would like, because I'm going to begrudge you also leaving your card. It's good business. It makes sense. I'm going to help you. You help me. So now we're getting a little more detailed here. Of course, we'll get a lot more detailed if you really want my help. You go to helpfromsteve.com, because there are layers of this thing. But notice, they made an irresistible offer to the management people. Could have been the management people in charge, or it could have just been the worker on duty. Hey, here's some free chips, and here's some free, and they might have had some special pass in their pocket. Here's a free meal for you, and what if I can leave this food and these cards? Can I do whatever they had to say? However they made that offer irresistible, the management company said, sure, go ahead. And then people just come in, take these cards, go get a drink for a penny, and then their second drink, their third drink, their fourth drink, and when they come back, and on and on and on and on. You have any idea what's the markup on a drink? Give me a break. Think about it. Think about it in your business, though. Okay? So if you have a bar or restaurant, of course, this is particular to you. If not, I hope you haven't checked out, as the 99% of the world that is not in the 1% does. They check out at things like this and go, oh, I don't own a bar, so I just won't watch today's video, Steve. I'm a plumber. What's that got to do with me? Go to helpfromsteve.com. No matter what your industry is, no matter what your business, no matter what you think are the obstacles, I hope you overcome them all. Put together an irresistible offer that will bring you a flood of business. Helpfromsteve.com. That'll do it for Throwback Thursday. I will be back tomorrow on Foundation Friday with foundational business building tip to help you make even more money in your business. I hope you'll join me then. Over and out from beautiful, sunny downtown Scottsdale, Arizona. Bye-bye.